Is this an easy one to answer? More pressure on the head coach of the QB?
It's easily on the head coach. Quarterback's got no pressure. Well, he's got pressure on him, but the quarterback has a job next year, regardless of how he does, assuming health.
Yeah,
right?
but
assuming career-ending injury isn't a thing, Dak Prescott's the starting quarterback next year.
No
for the
doubt,
Cowboys.
no doubt. But after how long Jason lasted and Jerry's stubbornness, like, what would have to happen for Mike McCarthy to get fired?
6-11, worst case scenario.
6-11. You think gets him fired? You think Jerry would pull the plug that fast?
I think so. I think
wow.
I don't know.
I think he's too stubborn.
Well, he might be, and that might be admitting a mistake and firing Jason in his mind.
No,
but in his mind, I don't think in most people's mind, but in his, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But you go 6-11, 2 years out of the gate with.
Last year shouldn't count.
I agree.
It just shouldn't count.
I agree. I agree. It should not count. It should not count. When you lose your quarterback, it should not count.
And the line. They lost both tackles.
Yeah.
Zach was banged up. Defense. Now, Mike McCarthy deserves blame for Mike Nolan, but we got to talk about the great, invincible Will McClay, who helped to put, and Stephen Jones, who put this defensive talent on the field. We're going to find out. We'll find out if the scheme was that much worse than the talent. That's what they're betting on, that it was Mike Nolan's fault. Just like Carlisle's being used as the Maverick scapegoat for Porzingis, the Cowboys are less aggressively trying to use Mike Nolan as the scapegoat for the defense. They're not saying our talent stinks. I mean, Jerry was on here the other day, said it was basically silly when I said D tackle was the scariest part of this team. They never want to add a veteran corner ever. So they think their talent is better than what we think. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see if it was all Mike Nolan's fault or whether Will McClay and Steven and Jerry need to get crushed even more for who they put out there.
I mean, I think Mike Nolan's going to take and should take a big part of the blame. Big part. The defense will be better this year by default. Like it really can't be worse. That doesn't mean that it's all Dan Quinn. It doesn't mean that at all. But it does mean that last year's defense was a failure of epic proportions, especially when you look at it from a points perspective, points and yards.